Yeah, my name is Weston Moranzi. I grew up in Msana. So that was 2011 when we first started to look after the orphans and vulnerable kids.
So what's where Let's Give Them Hope currently is, that was your family property.
Yes, that was my family property. I mean, in Zimbabwe in those days, things were very tough.
I understood that because of the AIDS epidemic, that Zimbabwe had the highest percentage of orphans in the world
Mm,
per
mm,
capita, as far as a percentage, with no infrastructure for the government
yes,
to take care of them in any way.
yes. So the aim of starting, Let's Give Them Hope also was to give the kids food to eat and also education and also about health.
Wes, and also the land uh, through the governance and all that has been transferred to Let's Give Them Hope as an organization as well.
Yes, yes.
What were the conditions of the children, the orphans, even this term, child-headed households? Most people have never even heard that. So tell us what was very common in that whole area.
Yes, the most common thing in that area, and let's get them up. In most villages in Zimbabwe, it's like if there's no one to take care of children, anyone can take advantage of those children. But when Let's Give Them Up came in and start taking care of those girls, we actually moved some of the girls into this house of safety, and then those situations starting to get less and less and less even, and then the people are also not taking advantage of our children anymore in that area. So it's really something which Let's Give Them Up had stepped in and
become a voice.
Besides just giving them food and sending them to school, they also protect the children from being so vulnerable and from being taken advantage of, especially the girls, young girls.
I even went there. We walked into a household, like a hut, to call it a household, but a little hut. And there would be like 6 children. And we would find out there was nobody watching and taking care of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the darkness and the heaviness, and they couldn't go to school with their school fees, right? And so
Yes.
it was just absolute hopelessness. I mean, it was a life or death situation all around the property. Is that not true when you think back?
It is true. It is very true. Even those kids, when we started with them, some of them, they couldn't even look up to face you. They didn't know what love is. They're just so scared and so vulnerable that the kids were not secure. But from now, they're shining faces, they're able to express even how they feel. We really seen the change.
Yeah. So Weston, tell me, how many villages are we impacting?
There are like 13 villages. I can say more than 2,000 to 5,000 between that number exactly.
Yeah.
Which I mean are in the area. Awesome. So, but when we started, also, I mean, we started with like 50 kids, and now we have got more than 250 kids who are coming to a place whom we are helping in that situation. Yeah.
How many children do you think we've impacted over these 13 years?
Of that, I think even over 1,000 of kids we have helped. I mean, on the property.
Right. So every year we've got children exiting, growing, and also children coming in
and going out, coming in. So it's like a cycle.
It's a cycle.
Yeah.
And we really, like you met other children before. We already have functional adults, from being hopelessness, from being non-confidential child to a functional adult, doing their own things, reaching into the community, good behavior from Let's Give Them Up.
And so the name, Let's Give Them Hope. Why that name?
Because the kids had no hope. Then we thought, let's give these kids hope. Let's give these kids future. Let's give these kids tomorrow. So that's why where the name came from.
And it's also inviting everybody. It's not just few people. It's like everyone. Let's help. Let us all give.
Yeah.
I would like to say thank you to everybody listening to us, and also whoever is prompt to give. I want to say you'll be changing a life.
Yes.
and whatever you give is appreciated, and it is going to work, and it is going to change a life.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
Thank you very
Goodbye.
much. Goodbye.